Because
Money laundry.
you said that everything came from hard work.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm just hearing for the first time. I just wanted to feed myself, be able to have small change in my pocket. The federal government granted amnesty. There was influx of a lot of men from Niger Delta region. There is no substitute for hard work. They used to make us believe the average Igbo man, the Anambra or Inewi man, does ritual or something.
Today we're here with the biggest and the most influential Tailor, my big brother Vodi. Vodi, thank you so much for doing the interview.
Thank you for giving me the privilege to talk.
I'm so happy that you're doing it. I'm so happy you're doing it. How have you been? How is business? How's everything?
Yeah, we thank God business has been going well. I mean, of course, with its challenges, which is normal with every other business.
So we want to know, how did you start the Vodi group?
There was no group. Literally, I mean, there was no structure. There was nothing like what you see today. It was more like I was hungry. And when I say hungry, literally like you don't have food in your tummy. So after school, I needed money to be able to afford to buy food. I mean, to type my CV and then probably to buy my soap. And because of that, I thought I could just, I went to Aba. Then from Akwa Ibom State where I was serving, traveled to Aba on my CDSD. That's the one day off that they give to core members. So on getting to Aba, I saw sheer creativity, I mean, amongst young boys. And I went back. The moment I got my stipend again, the end of the month, which was 3,600, and I mean 3,600 is equivalent of, if I'm correct now, $2 today.
Of today's rate?
Of today's rate, yes, that's $2 then. That was my seed capital. So I went there, got a few boxer shorts, the ones you wear before wearing your trousers, and then a few shirts, and went back to my NYC lodge. It was sold out. So that was the beginning. Then I went back, and then.
So your beginning wasn't in tailoring, it was in buying and selling clothes?
Yes, tailoring, yes, tailored clothes.
Okay.
Don't forget, I told you about the young, vibrant,
people
creative,
that you saw. Okay, the creatives were tailors.
Were tailors.
Okay.
So from them, I would make boxer short, I would go. Then back and forth, I mean, I think at the end of my service year, and I realized that, I mean, I could gather up to like 20,000 naira. I mean, so that's... So there was no group, like I told you.
So you got into fashion truly and honestly through the creatives?
Yes.
Okay, I had your dad was against you going into fashion business as well. How did you tackle that?
Now, in my days, that was 24 years ago. How would you, having studied geology in university and came out with a very good grade, and you would tell the kind of father I have that you want to go into tailoring? I mean,
was your father a rich man?
He wasn't a rich man, but he was a policeman. And he felt, I mean, for every father, the prayer is that should be bigger than me. And going into tailoring was lower than a policeman, as it were, from
back then.
So for him, it wasn't something that he would rather prefer me. And then he wanted something that is pensionable. He wanted, in his own wisdom, he wanted something that you can secure the future. I mean, after working for government, just like he did, I mean, you can have something to take home at the end of every month. So that was his own thinking, and then don't blame him for that. So for that reason, he wasn't in support. Nobody was in support, actually.
And how did you tackle that?
Yeah, I think
just rebellious?
Sometimes if you call it rebellious, I don't want to be use that word. I mean, if you have your conviction that, I mean, this what you're going to do is going to, make way, and then, but of course I had my fears. So against their will, but God's will, I went into it, and here we are today.
So apart from the creatives that you mentioned, who else was your biggest influence into going into fashion? Did you have anybody before you that you were looking at, or any mentors you could say?
Yes, as at the time I started, there was no mentor. Like I told you, it wasn't because I wanted to make a career path out of it. I just wanted to feed myself, be able to have small change in my pocket. That was the intention. While doing that, hoping that I could secure a white-collar job in the process. But along the line, I saw growth. Now, when the growth started coming a few years down the line, and I discovered that you could have a mentor, that was when I came in contact with my mentor then, Dakova. But it was in the Ovation magazine. That's the in Daily Momodu is the publisher of Vision. So Vision back then was the only magazine we all waited for after every month, after every quarter to see. So why
What
I flipped to the
line
page.
was he into as well? Sorry.
Dakova was a fashion designer. He was the foremost fashion designer in this country. Yes, I mean, Dakova was the king of runway, he was the king of linen. He was the king in all ramification. For people in my era, we all revered him then.
Okay. And what has been your biggest breakthrough throughout your business?
Okay, I think the biggest break came in 2010 and 2011. I was already 9-10 years in the business. The federal government granted amnesty, and then there was influx of a lot of men from Niger Delta region. They came into town, then from the creek, and they were looking for good tailors. And success, they say, is preparation plus opportunity. I was prepared. Boom, opportunity came, which was the influx, and then so we have to now double our capacity, at some point triple our capacity, so because night and day we're working to meet demands. Then they needed new clothes, they needed to change their wardrobe. That was for them, there was nothing like international passports, because they've been in the creek and amnesty was granted. They came in and I was on ground and I had something to offer. I had value to offer, and in exchange for that, we got that big break.
So you're so influential in the fashion industry and in Nigeria as a whole. How did you get here? Like, how did you meet all these, politicians, everybody? How does everybody know Vodi?
Now, contrary to what a lot of people think, the clientele base if you check the data, our database, the politicians probably were just 20 to 30%. The 70% comes from all walks of life. You are not a politician, you are wearing a Vodi brand. You understand? We have businessmen, we have people from the East, and at some point, the people you call presidents today, vice presidents, senators, don't forget, 20 years ago, they were not in those positions. So most of them I have known, we've been associates, we've been friends, they've been clients all these years. So, eventually, they're not just like you. Tomorrow you could be the governor of your state. And I've met you before you became governor. So as per influential, I don't know about influence. I don't know if I'm influential. Actually, I don't know about that one. I just try to live it, a day per time, per day, and then do my work and render quality service to my clients.
Also, there's been a lot of talk about, I saw your video recently about you're not doing money laundering and everything. So please, I also want you to touch on that as well.
Money laundering?
No, you said that everything came from hard work.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm just hearing for the first time.
You said you're not
do people actually say that?
Yeah, I think some people can't believe how big you've got.
Where do you read your news from? I
get it from the labor.
Where do you get your news from?
I thought that's what you were saying online.
Okay. I don't even know what that is.
Okay.
The only laundry I know is
washing clothes.
I have a dry cleaning business, which I have done since 2017.
Okay.
And then I have worked out all my life, and we're in a part of the world where sometimes, as passion, is cast to true success. If every legitimate, successful personnel is being taunted, then what is the hope for the younger ones? What is the hope for our children? What are we trying to say? Are we trying to say that you cannot make it in this country? So you've condemned people that have put in all their hard work. 24 years in every business is not a joke. Some of the competitors today, our rivals in the business, if you take 24 years out of their age, probably they are toddlers when we started. Am I correct?
100%.
So, and sometimes it can be painful. Sometimes it can be discouraging. And however, legitimate wealth.
100%.
And so many people have succeeded in this country. Those days, they used to make us believe the average Igbo man, the Anambra or Inewi man, does ritual or something. But if you check like of Koscheris, innocent, you will know that it's possible for you to work very hard, diligent, and then believe in God, that God can bless your hustle, like they say. And truly God has blessed my own hustle. And I'm saying this because of the young men outside and the young women. It's not every successful woman that has to sleep with men to make good fortune.
100%.
Trust me, I am an example, and I'm proud to say that anytime, any day.
100%.
If you work hard and God blesses your business and you're diligent, you're truthful at that, then you don't have any reason to fear or doubt. I mean, if you say you will listen to what people will say, that means you won't move an inch, you won't come out of your house.
I wanted to ask, is fashion industry the only industry you're into, or you also branch out as well?
So now, for everything we've done up till this moment is fashion. From the shoes we sold, for the laundry, it's an extension of the business so that we can. The idea behind even opening the laundry is because of the complaint about clients
Say
prior
that-
to 2015, because they will come and say their clothes have been messed up from this laundry, from that laundry, and we felt we understand the true value of how much people buy their clothes. So we decided to set up the laundry business, and laundry business has complemented the business in no small measure. Now, there's a textile, then recently, like what you're wearing, is a product of Vodi, which is the Gaza brand, is the baby of Vodi. So far, that's what we've done.
Is Vodi your actual name, or you got it from somewhere? And if not, how did it come
Vodi
about?
is a Fulani name.
Okay.
It literally means beauty. And because when we were about to get a name, we wanted something African. Because I was trained by the Igbo man in the east. You know, I told you about Aba.
Number, yes.
I'm from the southwest, so I needed something northern, hence Vodi. Vodi is a Fulani name.
Okay, that's very beautiful. What's been your biggest challenge in the whole fashion industry, or in your whole business while in your 24 years of business?
At every point in time, over different challenges, they are too numerous to count. And I can't pinpoint a particular challenge, but one thing I know is anytime we have major challenge and we succumb it, we find ourselves in the next level. And I will say it in this way: the greatest challenge is growth. And it's a challenge because every time you conceive the idea of growing, and because you must grow, because it's either you grow or you die. There is nothing like you're at equilibrium. So at every point we consider growth, then it comes with its own challenges. Is it we want to put a new structure, a new building, or we want to expand, or we want to recruit? There are common challenges that people will tell you: electricity, this, that, all those ones. All those ones have become part of our existence. We've learned to, if NEPA takes light now, let me put it that way. I mean, it's not new. It's a normal thing. So those ones are already part. But growing in a business, sustaining a business, to grow a business, to transform it from class 1 to class 2, class 2 to 3, and still remain relevant, ability to keep evolving, has been the major challenge we've experienced.
So what
over the
next
years.
should we look for towards Vodi? Are you opening new stores? Are we seeing Lagos? Are we seeing
Of course,
Dubai?
you took it out of my mouth. Of course, expansion. It's time to go international. It's time. We're global, but it's time to have our structures in other parts of the world.
All your things are manufactured in Nigeria as well, yes?
So far, 70% of our products are manufactured in Nigeria, but hopefully, we hope to take it to 100%.
And how many staffs do you?
So now counting, we have about 217, but in the new place, we are hoping to recruit. The last time we have opened to recruit 400. 400, we are talking about 216 tailors, so that they can run 2 shifts in the new structure.
So Vodi, I obviously know you're a very busy man. So how do you balance work life with family life and obviously enjoying yourself as well?
The job is demanding. The job is a jealous business, fashion business at this level. And sometimes you wish you have more than 24 hours. And I've got a wonderful spouse that understands the nature of my business. Yes, if I'm not at work, especially during the week, I'm at home. And I try as much as possible to make up my home close to my business, so that after school, the old kids, they come around. So by so doing, it has helped me to see them every day and then to check up on them on how they are faring in academics and stuff. But otherwise, I mean, it's been challenging. It's not the kind of job that you just think you can close 4 o'clock, or you can have a particular time that you can close, because sometimes your closing time is dependent on your clients. A
That's
client can
100%.
just call up from anywhere that is on his way, and he comes in by 10 o'clock in the night. And before you consummate the transaction, it's already 1 a.m. So there are days like that. But however, so far, I've been married for 17 years. And for the 17 years, yes, it has come with its own challenges too. But by and large, she's the understanding person. And the kids too, they understand because, I mean, I've got 2 teenagers. So they come around after school and they do small errands. Sometimes you see them manning 1 or 2 machines. I mean, by so we still bond.
See, we see a lot of seriousness online of, Vodi the Tailor. What interesting facts are there about you as well? Where, like, fun facts?
Okay, what they don't know is that I still go for night vigil.
Oh, yeah. You're very warrior.
I still go for night vigil. Like, you don't put that part out. I mean, on a particular Friday, I will call someone and they will say, I've got a lot of friends around that, and I'll say, let's go to night vigil.
So God is
Sometimes,
key.
so sometimes when I appear in church, some of the youth, they look at me, wow, 1 a.m. is coming to the church. I mean, that's the other parts people don't know. And I'm a fun-loving person, and I love life. Until now, I've clocked my golden year. Before now, I mean, you guys know. You guys said
You're a
about me on the
customer.
street. Yeah. I mean, I was everywhere. But when I was everywhere, I knew what I was doing. I was still
You are
marketing
still
the
working
brand.
hard.
I was still poaching clients. I was still supporting, the business. And so
So obviously, Vodi, we spoke about like how many staff you had. You said you had about, you're getting about 400 or something. So what other impactful way do you, impact the youth as well?
what other impact do you want when you know that virtually all the fashion designers in Abuja, like 90% of them, so in make clothing, have got at least 1 or 2 products of Vodi. I mean, if you go to their fashion home now, for all the staff, you have at least somebody that's passed through
Vodi,
Vodi.
yeah.
So what other impact do you want that is more than that? And then, I mean, because of it, a lot of people have gone into fashion. A lot of young people have been motivated. They've been impacted to go into the business of fashion. And they're getting big. And I'm happy about that. In terms of revolutionizing the fashion space as it is today, I mean, Vodi is in the forefront. Today, they are beginning to consider fashion designers for national honor. Before now, it wasn't like that. So that's leadership. We've given leadership we've given grants, and in terms of training school, I mean, I know a lot of products of our training school. I can mention a lot of fashion home that came out emerged from our training school. And then very soon we are opening the Seyi Vodi School of Mentorship that will bring resource persons from all over Africa to come and teach the business of tailoring as it should be. And a book is coming out. It's called The Spirit of Vodi, and that's part of our way of giving back. So all the story, all the struggle, all the challenges, everything is compiled in one book to be out by December. Another one to be released on our 25th anniversary, which is July 8th next year.
So Vodi, what other, you've given us so many advice. What other advice would you give to the youth as well?
Well, like, there is no substitute for hard work. And I don't know what you call smart work. But we'll say, no matter how smart you want to work, it still hangs on that hard work. It's more like you have the skeleton and then the flesh. The skeleton, the fabric, the restructure is the hard work.
Foundation.
Yes, you must put in hard work, and you must be consistent, and you must, at every point in time, try to be innovative. And because if you're not innovative, your business will die. I have been committed for years. I have given it all it deserves, and the business is giving you back its own reward. So they say Rome was not built in a day.
100%.
I mean, you cannot just wake up and do business for 2-3 years and you felt, I mean, you still need time, and you must follow the process. For everything, there's a process. And even up till now, I still learn. There's something to learn, and you must be a good learner. So if you do all those, and then even if you're a cleaner, even if you're a barber, we've seen barbers today that are wealthy.
100%.
We've seen people selling food that are wealthy. We've seen carpenters that are wealthy. And then the sky is your limit.
100%. So thank you very much, Vodi. Thank you so much for granting us this interview. And
Thank you so much for giving me the privilege to speak, to talk. I hope it has impacted someone.
It's impacted me for sure.
Thank you so
keep
much.
bumping as Vodi.
Yeah, we keep bumping outside. Yes. We're coming outside. I can't wait for the collaboration. Thank you for believing. I know where you were.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for where you are. And then thank you for creating healthy competition.
Thank you, sir.
Because if I flip through my Instagram page, you see the people I least expect, everybody's bumping outside. So let's keep bumping outside.
Thank you so much.
Well done. Well done.